Hello friends, welcome to my channel Indian Code Guru. In today's videos we can talk about what is Microsoft .NET Framework. But first of all, if you are new in my channel, please do subscribe to my channel. Let's begin. The .NET Framework is a software development platform developed by Microsoft. It provides a comprehensive and consistent programming model for building and running applications on Windows-based operating systems. The framework includes a large class library and supports various programming languages, allowing developers to create a wide range of applications, from desktop software to web services and more. The .NET Framework is a powerful and versatile software development platform. It provides developers with a comprehensive set of tools, libraries, and services that make building applications faster and more efficient. From desktop applications to web services, and even mobile apps, the .NET Framework has you covered. At the heart of the .NET Framework is a Common Language Runtime, or CLR. This runtime environment takes care of memory management, security, and execution of your code, allowing you to focus on creating functionality rather than dealing with low-level details. One of the key features of the .NET Framework is its support for multiple programming languages. You can write code in languages like C#, Visual Basic .NET, F#, and more. This language versatility allows developers to choose the language they are most comfortable with while still being able to work within the same framework. The .NET Framework also offers a vast class library known as the Base Class Library, or BCL. This library provides pre-built and tested components that handle common tasks such as file I/O, network communication, database access, and much more. This means you don't have to reinvent the wheel every time you start a new project. .NET Framework Component Stack. This picture shows various components of .NET Framework Stack. There are many components of .NET Framework Stack, and a new component is added when a new version of .NET Framework is introduced, but in today's video we can only discuss the only key components of .NET Framework Stack. Key components of the .NET Framework. The first and most important component is Common Language Runtime, CLR. Think of the CLR as the engine that powers .NET applications. It's the runtime environment responsible for executing managed code written in languages like C#, Visual Basic .NET, F#, and others. When you write code in these languages, it's not compiled directly into machine code like traditional languages. Instead, it's compiled into an intermediate language called Common Intermediate Language, CIL, which is executed by the CLR. Role of Common Language Runtime, CLR, in .NET Framework. When we write a code in any .NET language, the respective language compiler translates that code to Common Intermediate Language, CIL, code along with some metadata. The role of Common Language Runtime is stated that it uses Just-in-Time Compiler, JIT, to recompile the code and translate into native machine code. CLR also provide virtual machine environment for execution the .NET application. So, what exactly does the CLR do for your applications? Here are some key roles it plays. Memory management. CLR handles memory allocation and management, ensuring that your application uses memory efficiently and prevents memory leaks. It automatically reclaims memory that is no longer needed through a process called garbage collection. Security. Security is paramount in software applications. The CLR enforces code access security, controlling the permissions and privileges granted to code based on its origin and the permissions requested. Exception handling. Errors are inevitable in software development. The CLR provides a robust exception handling mechanism that helps you catch and manage errors gracefully, enhancing the stability of your applications. Just-in-time compilation, JIT. When your .NET application runs, the CIL code is compiled into native machine code on the fly by the JIT compiler. This compilation happens at runtime, optimizing the code for the specific machine it's running on. Type safety. The CLR ensures type safety by verifying that operations performed on objects are valid and compatible, helping to prevent type-related errors at runtime. Cross-language interoperability. Thanks to the CLR, you can write different parts of your application in different .NET languages, and they can work seamlessly together. This enables developers to use the language that best suits the task at hand. The next key component of .NET Framework Stack is Base Class Library, BCL. The BCL is a collection of classes and libraries that provide fundamental functionality for various application types. It includes classes for file I/O, networking, database access, XML processing, and more, which help developers avoid reinventing the wheel for common tasks. The next key component of .NET Framework Stack is Language Interoperability. The .NET Framework supports multiple programming languages, including C#, Visual Basic .NET, F#, and others. These languages can seamlessly interoperate within the same application, enabling developers to choose the language that best suits their needs. The next key component of .NET Framework Stack is ASP.NET. ASP.NET is a web application framework that allows developers to build dynamic and interactive web applications. It includes components for creating web pages, handling user input, managing state, and interacting with databases. ASP.NET supports various web development models, including web forms and MVC, Model View Controller. The next key component of .NET Framework Stack is Windows Presentation Foundation, WPF. WPF is a framework for building rich, graphical user interfaces, UIs, for desktop applications. It offers advanced features such as data binding, vector graphics, multimedia support, and customizable styling. The next key component of .NET Framework Stack is Windows Communication Foundation, WCF. WCF enables developers to create distributed and service-oriented applications. It supports various communication protocols and allows developers to build secure and interoperable services for exchanging data between applications. The next key component of .NET Framework Stack is Windows Workflow Foundation, WF. WF provides a framework for designing and executing workflows which define the sequence of tasks and activities in an application. It can be used to model complex business processes and automate various tasks. The next key component of .NET Framework Stack is Entity Framework. Entity Framework is an object relational mapping (ORM) framework that simplifies database access by providing an abstraction layer over database operations. It allows developers to work with databases using object-oriented code and supports various database providers. The next key component of .NET Framework Stack is Language Integrated Query, LINQ. LINQ is a set of language extensions that enable developers to perform queries on collections, databases, XML, and other data sources using a consistent syntax. It brings querying capabilities directly into the programming language. The ninth key component of .NET Framework Stack is .NET Core and .NET 5+. While the .NET framework was widely used, Microsoft introduced .NET Core as a cross-platform and open-source successor. .NET Core has since evolved into .NET 5 and later versions, collectively referred to as .NET. These new versions provide improved performance, modern features, and better cross-platform support. Latest updates. Microsoft has shifted its focus to the newer .NET platform, including .NET 5 and later, and has announced plans to phase out the traditional .NET framework. Developers are encouraged to migrate their applications to the newer platform for enhanced performance, security, and future compatibility. Thanks for watching.